All right, global people. So here we are going to be trying out the KIMARA boss. Obviously, we're going to be doing extreme and trying to use super fast teams. Again, for extreme, obviously, I'm just going to use pretty much regular teams. But again, if you're a person who are very confident in your teams, obviously you can up the amount of rewards that you may get. Obviously, it's going to increase the boss box, not boxy, CC in general. So you kind of got to switch up your team sometimes, or hopefully you go for the best team for your abilities. But we are going to be using this team. Obviously, I'm just going to showcase, you know, on the normal difficulty that most of you guys are going to probably run, because you can just farm it up a little bit easier when you have it at max amount of rewards. And we have LR Brunhild, Escanor, Roxy, and also Mikasa. But I already know a lot of people gonna be asking you, yo, Marilli, what do you do if you don't have Mikasa? You can always just use Arthur instead. Let's see if I can find him. Yeah, this Arthur instead. Again, he works in PvE as well. But most players, because Mikasa was free and she's really good for humans, most people just use Mikasa in general. But yeah, you can use that Arthur instead. And again, I'm using LR Brunhild just because I know a lot of you guys probably made her LR, so you probably want to use her. Again, you don't really have to. You can use like a Chaos Arthur base stat booster and kind of just focus on the other characters. But I like LR Brunhild is because she does lower the enemy's defense related on the boss, so it makes it pretty easy for you to pretty much kill with regular skills, and can make your run a little bit faster, you know? See how easy that was? Super fast. And then, like I said before, she should be able to just clean up as usual. And honestly, as the difficulty gets a little bit harder, it makes it very hard for her to crit against the boss. So you have to be very careful with that as well, because you might struggle critting the boss if you up the difficulty. Like, and then we're gonna show you what us up in the difficulty. Obviously, it switched to 380k, so I kind of gotta have higher CC, because this is a go first type of team. And we can try the same team over. Now, like I said before, depending on your team, it could make it very hard for you to actually crit, which is very needed for Roxy. So instead of 2 turns, this might end up being like a 3 turn, if anything. But if you do be able to crit, your life is gonna be a little bit easier when dealing with this boss. Like, trust me, like if Brunhild actually crits, she actually hits really hard with that single target. So she crits right here. Okay, you see she hits really, really hard. Again, this team is going to be mostly based on you using single targets, so. But Brunhild and Escanor are probably your best damage dealer. So this is where it gets a little bit terrible, because you get Mikasa cards. Like, that's the only problem I've seen with this team, is you end up pulling Mikasa cards, and her cards are pretty much useless in this mode. And you can see I'm barely doing any damage on the phase 2. But Brunhild hits so hard when she crits. So that's why I said with this one, you really want to try to focus more so on LR Brunhild and Escanor. So now we got a lot more LR Brunhild cards. Like, if you get lucky with LR Brunhild cards, you're gonna be pretty much fine. And that's why I said that this one is gonna probably end up being a 3 turn if you up the difficulty, but that's only if you up the difficulty. Again, if you get good card draws, it might not be as hard for you. Or if, you know, Brunhild crits. Look at that, she's barely critting. Even with all the defense lures. Escanor crits easily. And then with her AoE, she was able to crit. So yeah, that's the only thing you gotta really be worried about. All right, so let's try out the Boulder team. Obviously Balder's the more defensive team. We got Balder, Hale, Green Hawk, Oslo, and Nanashi. And obviously we're using defense food, so we can maximize Balder damage. Instead of Hell, you probably can put Millum instead. But we're gonna try Hell just for the damage. So obviously the boss is gonna go first because Balder doesn't care. 1 second. Oh my god. Yo, Balder is cooking. Hold on. Oh my god. Balder is literally cooking, man. Yeah, Balder just absolutely destroyed the boss. Yeah. Yeah, without a doubt, Balder just absolutely destroyed the boss. So I'm just going for this then. This, and then probably this. Because we want to maximize our damage. Okay, that did nothing. So hopefully Balder cooks. Okay, he killed, but that's fine. That's why we have a Hail. Yep. And it's gonna be GG. Wow. That actually that actually literally killed in a couple turns. Yeah, GG. All right, this time we'll be trying Goddess team. Obviously we're gonna go for attack food. Our Goddess team has really good CC, so we're gonna just go for attack food with it. I don't think I got attack on Mael though, but that it is a little bit annoying. Obviously with this one, Melee Ellie single target is probably the best thing in terms of damage, just because it hits so hard. So if you get multiple of her or them single target, you're gonna have a pretty good time playing against this boss. I'm curious though, like, do they hit hard using a AoE? I think it's like once you get the talent though, like you should start hitting like really hard. I'm curious if the single target hits hard as well. I'm assuming after the talent activates, it's gonna start hitting hard. Okay. But again, this is us going for maximum rewards. All right. Okay. And again, super simple if you're gonna go for maximum rewards. Because I wanted to showcase the human team first, because I know like it's just a casual. The human team is a more so casual team. So this is mostly gonna one shot. Oh, it doesn't even one shot, but it actually did really good damage though. It's fun because now we got boosted damage. And yeah, that was able to kill. And we was able to gain maximum amount of rewards for it. So you know this team is gonna be pretty good. Yeah. All right, so that's gonna be probably all the teams I'm gonna showcase in today's video. Like I said before, it all depends. You can use pretty much whatever. It all depends on whatever difficulty you probably put your the boss on. Again, I try to go for the highest one as much as possible so I get the maximum amount of rewards. But obviously you can always just lower it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe again. Just really guys, I'm out. Peace.